Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live into this best of three, Rift versus ENERVATE. And I'm not going to lie, I don't have much of a prediction for you guys. I don't know if you got a little bit more to work with than I do, Laser. Any predictions coming into this one?
No.
Nothing at all. All right. Well, it's going to be a match of Counter-Strike. That's what I can predict. And I'm sure I'll be right about that part anyhow. So, starting off here, ENERVATE T side on Dust 2. And it looks like they want to go for some long A aggression.
Yeah, they got the pot flash coming through. They have smokes, two smokes. Sometimes you only see one here at long, and I'm wondering if they're going to chuck two flashes simultaneously. Oh, they blind themselves. Everybody white screen. ENERVATE missed the timing on their flashes, but still get the entries. All right, no punishment out of Rift. I was looking at the entry out of ENERVATE, and everybody seemed to be blind, but the flashes must have been good enough to blind our CT side as well.
Dejvin's going to go down on the bomb site. This is looking like a bleak pistol round situation. Jazar can find a quick tap. He does find Pre-Liden, so it's a good start. Waver coming up on the catwalk. He's going to get gooshed immediately. Jazar goes down, and pretty darn close to a flawless pistol round for ENERVATE. Just working that long A play. A little bit squirrely, like you had mentioned, but they get the job done in the end.
Yeah, what a weird round at long. If Rift had anybody tapping at the long angle, could have been a bunch of frags for him because of how blind ENERVATE blinded themselves. But quick force buy out of Rift. No flashes, no utility whatsoever, so they're just going to try to get it done raw firepower back to back. ENERVATE clean entry into long. Still one player left to deal with, that is Dejvin. And ENERVATE just wrecking Rift at the moment. No frags for Rift, save one coming out from Jazar. And he's going to get the second one as well. Jazar with the Deeg is going ham right now. And he's going to collect an AK as well. There was an AK watching the flank, and that's a sizable pickup. But unfortunately, he's not going to have any teammates with weapons in the next.
Yeah, so Waver. Oh, immediate shot from Udriz. And those always look so awkward when you've got a player with a MAC-10 walking and he's just got one hand out sideways. I don't know. Such a bizarre new look.
It looks more like he's going to hit you with a roundhouse kick than it does shoot you.
He's like priming something, some sort of spinning back kick or something. This weird foot placement. I have no idea, but it's a weird thing to see come around the corner considering if you're used to just the regular player model. What it generally looks like, but anyhow, Rift find two, courtesy of Jazar and his Deagle, and they're going to go for middle push on their following default. Just not a lot of buy coming in here, and well, they might be able to take down bo3, but other than that, looks like a B bomb site play. Yeah, bo3's like, there's a lot of players just flank behind me, guys, so watch out for that, but they already got B.
Yeah, he might have called all, and that may be an issue now. Jazar looks like he was spotted out. No, they didn't know Jazar was there. So, yeah, I was worried that maybe bo3 called that all were there, and that might give Jay a chance. And almost does some more economic damage. So the only kills, besides Truth, have came from Jay. So let's look to see if this guy can bring the heat on the gun round.
Here we go. I'm going to be buying up here, and similar situation to what we saw, obviously, or what we usually see. First buy in a second means not a lot of utility for the CT side on the third round, whereas, or sorry, fourth round, you could see ENERVATE on the other hand. They've got plenty after winning pistol and securing those anti-ecos. So a bit of a disadvantage for Rift. Big round underway. Do not want ENERVATE to move up 4-0 early in this best of three. To be fair, it is a best of three. This is ENERVATE's map choice, so definitely expect them to come out strong. With the setup right now, you got Truth, aggressive towards the long A doors. Actually, just playing a very open role there. Just trying to line up a headshot angle as they would exit through the doors, but he's got no real cover at the moment. And you can see he's going to receive some damage. I don't like that setup at all, and, well, they're going to lose their A ramp player as well. Pyro and CT, next line of defense.
That setup was... See, I can't curse, Chad.
Right.
But it was not good.
No.
Let's say that. Having that one player out there lurking about it long when Enervate has constantly been bullying long. Like, all the important rounds, Enervate has gone long so far. So Rift is going to have to make a statement, and having one guy there kind of floating. But Rift bringing this round back. Jay on the 1,000. The trade is there from Bobski, and now both players just letting themselves have it through the smoke. Already in the sight, one-on-one. This is huge for Leiden, lurking, not allowing himself to be a target, but he's peeking back around. Does he have to do this? And Waver grabs the kill, but he's got to find the bomb. He doesn't have a kit, but I think he's got it.
So coming right down the wire on the defuse, but I think you're on point there. Just barely gonna grab it. And a little bit more time bought there for Innervate. Could have been a different scenario, but...
Yeah, does he have to peek there? Because, I mean, if Waver's going to peek him, he's going to have... If he hugs the wall, say elevator, or even closer to the bomb site, Waver has to guess correctly where he's going to be. And by, you know, not peeking it, even hiding around the corner, you're going to force Waver to at least jump down or overextend for the peek, but just kind of misplayed the time. Nonetheless, expensive. Yeah,
indeed, very expensive. You can see this follow-up round. Even worse than the last round. In truth, going down
again.
At long A again. Yeah, he's just playing an open angle, and well, they're not holding. Dejvin is the next line of defense. All right, that's a good way to hold things. Finds one on the jumper, looking for
Show
another.
Me more.
Leiden looking to get close here, and he will be able to drop him. Waver though with one, so we'll see a 2-on-1. Waver's got to go big though.
And he doesn't hold long. He's going to fall all the way back and flank long. Cube looking for him on the catwalk. Cube's going to call catwalk as clear in just a moment. That may make Bobski think he's long. Bobski recovers in time. Waver doesn't find the immediate headshot. So Rift. On the next gun round, I'm nade stacking long. But on the other side, if Enervate the switch, if that's the round they stop going long on all the important rounds, that's gonna throw Rift for a loop.
And we're going to see a force buy here. Ooh. They were fairly low. Don't want to double save, I guess. And, well, got a force buy early. Yeah, I don't know if I... I don't know if I can get behind this, but see if they can. Going to go for a fast cat here. Dejvin already up. Actually, it wasn't... I thought Waver was going with him, but he actually just used that boost to get up on a plat. The Dejvin falls first and foremost. Trying to work again that fast cat play. Now it's 2-2. Very vulnerable from the catwalk position. This is not looking good at all. Jazar. One thing they got going for him is Jazar's Deeg, but you got to ask for a little bit more than that.
Yeah, you can't just have one player doing it. Jazar's Deeg, though, is getting even more. And I think one of the reasons Rift bought there is how much success Jay's having with these eco rounds where he's getting all these kills, or that was a force buy. But yeah, hard one to get behind. However, if they would have won it, 2 players would have been saving from the other side, so there's that. But still, usually you go for the force buy when it's a guarantee that your opponents will have to save or force the round following. And now Enervate, realizing that last round was a force buy. All right, let's make some more money. Udra's and 1,000 going to come out long. And where is my nade stack, Chad? It would have worked the past 2 rounds.
Yeah, not a massive investment, and it's not like they don't have some historical information on how much they like to work long. It's clear that they're working long pretty much every round. So definitely would have been a good decision. I hope we see that at some point. But Truth and Waver... still at long A. Both very lit inside that pit. And, well, they get peeped from Cube towards the A-bomb site. And Innervate up a quick 6-1. Again, this is their map choice. We got Inferno coming up next as Rift's map choice. And a third being Cobblestone if required. Again, Innervate ban Train, Rift banning Overpass. Another rifle round here, but you can see... considering they did have that force buy come in, yet again, they've got a rifle round that's a little hurting for utility.
So I guess this is one way to play long, is just to completely give it up and play catwalk instead. Enervate, this time they go late long. Wary of that nade stack because of how the frequency in which they've been going long. I like that they're a little hesitant to go long this time, but now... it ends up in a way where if they would have went with another rush, it would have worked out beautifully for them. They would have had a map control of long really quickly as Jay takes a peek into B, but then falls off of the tunnels. And now we see a kind of a mid collapse here by Rift. If Innervate go for a mid to B, they're in a lot of trouble. But where we're at right now, bo3, this man is an entry god. How does he do it? This is a gun round. He did it that long as well.
Yeah, that was absolutely massive. As Dejvin fell, he was fully white screen. I assume that the other player, similar situation. Basically just a set play, pop flash on a catwalk. bo3 peeks with it, and he nets himself some frags. Jazar, at least he's got a decent frag sheet. He's got 11 frags for himself. Blindsided, though. He won't be able to get anything else done in this round. ENERVATE. Huge bank account. Got 16K on Cube. 12.5 on bo3. Just not looking good at all for Rift. They haven't been able to put up any sizable defense.
I think we've only seen one B-side play, maybe two, but that's so great for ENERVATE. You look at their economy, you look at what they've done on the T side, and this is easily a 10-5 half at best for Rift. ENERVATE have only really gone long with the majority of their plays. Last round they had bo3 go for the entries on Cat. That worked out. So ENERVATE still have so many options. If Rift ever shut them down, they could still attempt, you know, a mid to B, a fast B play. There's so much in the book still for ENERVATE, and they might not even have to switch anything up. If Rift give them no reason to stop going long, well, then they're just going to keep going long.
Yeah, now Dejvin finds himself alone in this round. Does have an AK. ENERVATE at this point stated their bank account is pretty massive, so going to be brought down to 3 on this round. But, again, not a huge loss for them. Dej keeping that AK in play. And yeah, we'll see if Rift can do any kind of variance to try and throw ENERVATE off. Like we had stated, it is ENERVATE's map choice. You kind of expect that they can take control of things, but Rift just not able. This is the map that there's a lot of teams that are fairly solid at it. Not a lot of teams that are fantastic at it, but Rift, we got to see a different look from them, and I'm sure they've got some other stuff to show. But they're going to have to bring it out soon here and hope that it works out, as finally we can see some ops on the field. They're going to receive the best buy they've had thus far, as all the previous buys on rifle rounds have been fairly hindered by a forced buy previous to it. So here we go, double op setup. See if they can make it work. They've got no ops to deal with on ENERVATE, so
and look at
that
this
advantage.
The moment the shift comes
boy.
from Rift, they go with the B rush from ENERVATE. The B player has to come up big, and it's been pretty cold at the B bomb site. There hasn't been a lot of visitors from the ENERVATE side, but a stuff is made exactly what Rift needs to bring this back. And that was an amazing call from ENERVATE, despite the fact that they lost it. That's the round where Rift makes the adjustment and put multiple players at long, more players than they have previously at long. And that's the round where ENERVATE decides to rush B. It doesn't work, but that's a great counter call.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Waver just dropping that incendiary, and he had the help of Jazar. Jazar hitting shots right now. So good news for Rift. They need to secure yet another round here if they want to get that ball rolling. To be fair, the fact that they survived with 4 players already helps them out a little bit, but again, they do not want to go back.
Almost like winning an eco.
Yeah, so ENERVATE going to be spreading out across the map. No long aggression early. 1000 is waiting on the T side of the doors. We'll see where they decide to work this. Got Perliden lower with Cube. Still have a lot of options, and you can see Pyro going to be playing alone in the pit. Truth going to be opping, and it's kind of switching back and forth between helping out Dejvin and the long player. We got some players sneaking out mid here for the T side.
Still 2 ops in play. Ooh, Jazar spots out a gun. As long as he doesn't whiff this shot, this should be a nice opening for Rift. Ooh, he's going to fall off of it. Nice flash out of ENERVATE. Jay can't hit anybody while they're entering into the B bomb site. Now the split begins. The flashes are amazing out of ENERVATE. Both Rift members full white. And that should be it.
Indeed, Uterez could flank the remaining players here. I think they heard him up on the catwalk, so he will have an immediate player stare in his direction, but, well, kind of funnels them into the rest of his team, and that is that. 9-2.
What an answer.
Yeah, that is, it's not fun for Rift, that is for certain. And yeah, just mid to B play. again, Jazar, he had, like you had stated, he saw that rifle, but he read it was going to be a commitment mid to B, so he falls back to the doors. Not a bad idea, but yeah, flashed off that angle and then flashed as they come into the bomb site. Just excellent work for ENERVATE, just taking away the whole aim aspect.
And how prepared they are on Dust 2 here, like the flashes, these are set. These are really nice flashes coming out from ENERVATE. Yeah, I gave them hell on pistol round for the flashes, but they were so good that they blinded not only the other team, but themselves. So super effective flashes out of ENERVATE. And I don't know if we had our eyes on Jay, but the flash out mid was so perfect, and it was silent. Jay was posted up double doors for that entry pick with the AWP, but it's a silent flash, and then he's forced to just shoot a prediction shot, just trying to gauge, is he going to go right away after the flash or wait a little bit? Either way, he missed it. But I'm super impressed by the flashes of ENERVATE, and if they have map 2 flashes prepared with this level of precision, I'm really worried for Rift.
And Truth going down in lower dark. He was holding an angle where was opportune to take down a player in lower, but he was actually looking towards middle, expecting someone to come through those doors. So he will fall. No extra weaponry for him. Dejvin and Pyro will save their M4s, but it's not much of a silver lining being down 10-2 and having 3 remaining players with roughly $2,000.
Yeah, moving into the next half, the shaky aspect of Dust 2, really hard map to be consistent. Say more so on the CT side, so I guess Rift has that going for him. 3 at long from Rift. ENERVATE have bullied long so much that you see Rift, they have to almost stack 3 players at long at the beginning of the round because of the ease in which ENERVATE has been taking it so often. And Cube entry onto Jay. Waver looks to go for the drive-by trade with the CZ. Can't get it, so big advantage to ENERVATE here in the 5-on-4, and that's just furthered by the fact that they have superior weaponry.
Prelide, excellent shot on Pyro as you're slowly moving down CT side mid, that B ramp territory. And we're going to split players out middle to B and then head back towards long. Truth with the Deagle. Comes up with a nice frag for himself. Gets an AK for his efforts. We go with the Deagle, spam to the body as, again, that player jumping around the corner. Makes it fairly difficult to hit, but, again, mid to B, very open. They'll send the bomb through tunnels and should be an easy plant.
And this crossfire, not a place you often see crossfires.
Like gatekeepers. Like,
yeah.
all right, try and come on out.
Exactly what you want to happen as well. At least guaranteeing the trade, but there's a chance now. Truth has an AK as well. If he had an M4, and that is quickly cut short, as Udras will take the aggressive peek from the window. It's one of those peeks where it's like, why would he peek that? And it's so it's so dangerous that it adds to the surprise effect.
Yeah, and having a huge HP advantage there really worked out in his favor. I don't necessarily know if he knew that, but definitely did work out for him. So 11 rounds on the T side for ENERVATE. And yeah, it's hard to see Rift coming back here on Dust 2.
The optimism, Chad.
It's hard to see it at this point. But maybe Rift has an incredible T side, and they can really take it to him, but they've given themselves very little room to work. Another great flash. Dejvin. It's got to be so frustrating for Rift, as it's not like they're just taking duels and losing them. A lot of times, like you had highlighted, they're just getting flashed out of position. But hold that thought. We got a couple frags going back Rift's direction, but they lose control of A.
Yeah, it's what makes a deadly T side, when not only is the precision intact there of the takes with smokes and flashes, they're backing it up with immediate headshots. So you're blind and getting fragged immediately. The answer to that is you have to do exactly what they're doing to you. Your counter flashes, your counter smokes. You sometimes have to take point when you're confronted with this sort of offense on the T side of ENERVATE. And Rift, so far, we've seen glimpses of that from Jazar and a little bit at the B-bomb site when it was attempted by ENERVATE. Rift held it off quite nicely, but Jay was a part of that as well. So I'm not seeing a lot of hope moving into the next half, let alone map number 2.
Yeah, Jazar is positive. He's 16 and 14. Would love for some of his teammates to be in a similar situation, but Yeah, he hasn't had a terrible map, to be fair. He's just going to go with the Deagle yet again. Dejvin and Pyro fall to Preliden super early. Jazar, well, it's good for the Deagle frags, right? Finds another one on long A. Looked to line up a third. But if you can get 2 every time you Deagle, and he's had an insane track record with that. Not bad at all.
Must be baiting, Chad.
Right?
Anyways, 2-on-2, possible 12-3. Either way, looking bleak for our Rift guys. Fake plan attempted by Enervate, and it just kind of pushes Rift off of Catwalk. But how long does Enervate stick around here and not peek the Catwalk? Because this is a really nice play from Rift, because they've kind of frozen the T's in the bomb site. They showed themselves on the Catwalk, but bo3 and Udras win both of their duels. But I kind of like that from Rift. What are the chances that the T's in that situation push into Catwalk, knowing that you're there, risk giving up a 2 versus 2, make it a 2 or 1-on-2 situation for themselves? Not very high. So the fact that both Enervate members or Rift members fall back and go all the way long kind of creates an optimal situation for you, because then the players are locked in the bomb site and you have the illusion that you still have a player on Cat.
Yeah, so that is going to be halftime, as it's 13-2, Enervate with 3 to close. And I do want to let you guys know today is the last day to enter our Twitter giveaway. We got a factory new Desert Eagle stat track golden koi. If you guys want to enter that, it ends tonight. Exactly. Tonight we dine in hell. So, to get in on that Twitter giveaway, head on over to @GoRGNTV. You'll see a specific tweet there mentioning that Deagle. Make sure you retweet that. Follow GoRGNTV as well as spy_Jeremy9000. And you are entered to win. Again, for the winner will be today. And here we go. Going to be a long A play. Rift trying to take a page out of Enervate's book. Truth and Waver. Ooh, they're coming up with all the frags here as... Alright. That's a damn good start. Still worried as cube will go down. Or cube, rather. Not cubed. The North American player as well. Jazar gets 1. Going to continue his nice stats here. 19 and 15. Ridiculous. So, pistol round goes Rift's way. Immediately buying pistols. See if Enervate can make some Deagle action work.
See the math here. 7-7-7. Almost more than the rest of his team combined. Maybe he did have it for that last round. But Enervate going to force by lots of 2 Deags. 3-5-7s, and this is just straight deja vu. The same exact thing happened in half number 1. Not like that. bo3
my God.
3, and he's not even done yet. He's still alive. No trade there for Rift, or completely denied by bo3. I was going to say that looked exactly like half number 1 to start, as both teams just rushing at long, and the T's getting the better end of the exchange, but bo3 doing it better than Jay did.
Yep. We'll find 3, and he'll gift some rifles onto the rest of his team. I imagine at some point, if Preliden doesn't die early here, he'll get the gift of the Skalill from bo3. But here we go, going for the jumper. Dejvin finds bo3. Preliden was watching the window. He's going to light him up a little bit here, but they've lost one of the weapons that they had to work with. Waver taking down Preliden. It's only Cube. 1v2, AK in hand. Actually going to switch off, or thinking about switching off here.
This is so funny, Dejvin. He just continues to peak like that, and it increases the effectiveness of the AK as well, because you want to go for that jump scouter, but if you peek wide, well then the AK is right there, and he's not peeking, and he can instantly react.
Yeah, that's going to be the round. Rift, they will take it. Very expensive though. But Enervate did force buy there, so they were really looking for the W. But yeah, very effective in the form of damaging their economy. Now, full save on that CT side. We got bo3 with P250 on a flash, but nothing too special here. Looks like they're going to flash towards long A. And it does not look like it was very effective, and nothing for the CTs on that long defense this time around.
So a lot of SMGs and scouts still in play. I think Rift's economy is going to be at a point where they're going to be hurting. If they lose this, Dej might just keep that scout, and yeah, he will. And that's not all bad, because you definitely won't see an op unless one of the members of Enervate saved on their force buy round. And we don't see an AWP out, so the Scout of Dejvin still can do some damage coming out from middle on the cross. And I'm not sure what this pause is for.
I have no idea either. I think I believe that they're speaking Swedish. That's my best guess anyhow. And I don't know what they're saying. So we do have a pause coming in, but we don't know why. So hopefully we can get through it quickly. Freezing hands. Maybe that's why one of them needs to get their hand warmer or something to that effect. One thing I noted, I was watching a little bit of the Envy Fanatic stuff when I was supposed to be sleeping. I didn't recognize, but Happy actually has a glove that he puts on his mouse hand whenever they have any break at all. And it looks like a damn comfy glove, and obviously smart, especially they're in a cold place in the moment, so good idea. But yeah, I just thought that was a neat little thing. He's got his nice comfy fleece glove.
His poor left hand just getting left out into cold.
Right.
Anyways, Rift long once more. Both teams trying to bully each other's long A early. Let's see if the T side will continue that success. 1000 comes up over the top of the smoke. He gets 2. He's traded off, but bo3, the guy who was playing out of his mind with entries, fails. That was an easy trade out of bo3. Just kind of shot to the right of his target. But still, not all is lost from Enervate. Still pre-Leiden, and he has a good position.
Yeah, he certainly does. Oh, Truth, though. Immediate headshot upon seeing him, and leaves only Cube. Hop down at CT spawn. There is a huge gap in the smoke. And Dejvin goes for it, and he just loves to jump, so of course had that involved. 1 on 2. They're both going to try and peek him, take the fight to Cube, and they will be able to win it. Jazar, big play from him, taking those 2 players on long, albeit you're saying, again, bo3 kind of whiffing his shot, but good on Jazar. Take the advantage when it's gifted to him. And yeah, he's up to 23 frags, really leading the charge here.
And we haven't seen many nades. Udras has this long spawn. We know Rift, the likelihood of them going long is extremely high. What does everybody have against nade stacks here? Look, there's like 3 people in the tunnels. You know they're going to go long. Both teams really not attempting that, and that's strange to me.
Yeah, I would have to agree. That's a pretty standard way to attempt to deal with that, even on an eco. And especially if you know guaranteed that they've been going there every round. Yeah, that's some free damage to be dealt. But instead, you're going to see long A control for the T side. Cube and pre-Leiden. We'll have to try and do something with Cube. Going to be Molotov'd out of his spot. Get anything for his efforts. Pre-Leiden lets him know he's in CT. He's getting some damage dealt here. Both players currently peeking him. 1 shot would do... Actually, I guess 2 on waiver. I'm trying to get even more done from this position. Dejvin hanging on to middle, though. And yeah, that crossfire in the end. Jazar getting it done. Continuing. He's going to hit 30 pretty quick here. 26 now, getting another triple kill.
That's nutty. We have a lot of CS left to be played. We might be looking at a 40 from Jay if Rift can win this one. And so far, Enervate looking shaky on their CT side. Said it's hard to be consistent on the CT side. They haven't even gotten around yet. And how fast do they go long here? Immediately again. This is back to back to back. How fast they've taken long, and Enervate with the similar reaction to how Rift tried to react to the long pressure of Enervate. They just play catwalk. This is spooky Chad.
Yeah, it's quite funny actually how similarities can be drawn. bo3 will be opping long A from the platform. We'll see if we can find anything here. There is Truth and Jazar still hanging around. Molotov towards car, just clearing out some spots early here. bo3 still hasn't been given a target though. Jazar at some point, I imagine, is going to give him that shimmy. He pop flash, bo3 hits the shot. He will be traded off immediately.
That's a strange way to play long.
Yeah, just flash and peek with multiple members. Will work out for the meantime. But here we go. 1000 onto Truth. 4 on 3. Advantage to Enervate.
Yeah, looking strong for Enervate here. The flanker, he is hoping to flank when the bomb was down and not have to plant it himself. As pre-Leiden will finish off Dez. And Bobski, he got one, but he got traded off immediately. He didn't want to just hold the angle at long. I'm not sure if that's due to him. He's scared of getting flashed and immediately shot afterwards, but he was scared of just holding the angle, which is weird to me because even if you get flashed, you usually have time to get out of it.
Yeah, no, it was an interesting way he decided to play it. And he's worried about Jazar just peeking out and one deeking him. I have no idea. But
and then he peeks wide.
Right? Yeah, that was pretty crazy wide peek. I'm not sure if he was trying to get behind the barrels. It's a bit of a popular angle, but yeah, I got no idea there. He's going to be holding from... He was on the CT cross, but flashes allows him to get back up into Goose Cube with the first frag. Waver going down in upper dark. It's a crucial pick to give away. As now working from the disadvantage. Don't have a lot of nades, and Bobski takes one down on long. They did not have numbers peaking like they did last time, where Bobski, yeah, he got the first shot, but he was traded off. Not the case here. And Rift, this could be the beginning of the end for them.
Catwalk attempt by True.
Oh, man.
Udriz denies that, and now both Rift members are just going to try to group up and take long together, but Bobski already here on the angle. Unless they jump across, Bobski likely going to get a pick here. Ooh, Jay. This man is swift. And if he can get another one on Catwalk, they are in business, especially if they can get the bomb planted for Jay. That would be optimal at this point. There's no smoke for the Catwalk, though, so it's going to have to be a safe plan. This decreases the effectiveness of Jay's op in this position because now he can't move over towards the pit side, and there's about to be a lot of CTs. Jay whiffs the critical one, and now Pyro, 3 CTs to deal with. He runs out of bullets. Does he have time to reload? Udris almost gave him the time, but ENERVATE, with that, should be able to close it out here considering the T's money.
Yeah, 15-7. That was, I'm trying to remember who, I believe it was Preliden coming up inside of that smoke of the CT cross. Excellent work from him. It seems like a small detail to point out, but Jazar, considering how on point he's been with that op, just right-clicks a flash into the smoke, and, well, as it's dissipating, really. And proved to be very effective as fully white-screening him. Yeah, he died thereafter, and Pyro did have a small opportunity, but took down Jazar. That's the important part, right? As, he is very hot at the moment, but see this buy, not looking good. 3 Tech 9s, 2 AKs. Not a lot of utility either. Going to be hard-pressed to find some sort of advantage here.
Not sure how they do it. They do have long control almost, so they do have an op inside of the A bomb site, or AK for 1,000. They're attempting a split onto A. They have to drop these Catwalk players there, and there's 2 rifles waiting for him. 1,000 with a lot of utility, doesn't get a chance to use any of it, but Bobski, his turn at long, and he only gets 1. So, possible here for Rift to take it. I think ENERVATE will go for it instead of saving this 2-on-3. Just looking to end it here and now. Ooh, Preliden running through the Molotov. This might think, or make Rift think they're safe. And he doesn't get the frag. Nade comes through and gets the kill.
Yeah, nice nade. Dejvin holding the cross, though, and Preliden with 4 hit points. Not looking good at the moment. We'll drop in a CT spawn. Dejvin finds the shot nonetheless, and Rift will keep their dreams alive here. And, yeah, Dejvin, nice work from him. Hat-trick on the round. They took Cat, and looked like Bobski kind of caught between Catwalk and Long. Vulnerable to both angles. Tried to find a flick as he was looking towards Cat. Another player long A, but couldn't find it, and yeah, with that advantage, they take the round.
Can I get an 8 stack? Nope. And you see here, we had 3 CTs coming along. They had more than... chat! Just try it at least one time, ENERVATE. Or either team. I mean, sure, wait a minute. They might be able to do this with Deagles. Bobski has been legendary previously in this match. But... only get 2, still wounding that economy. I mean, Rift is going to be buying out regardless. Unless they get 4 kills, I don't think they're... or 1 more would affect the buy of Rift in the following round. So, more significant than I initially thought. But the frequency that both teams hit long, I'm saying at least 10 times in this match, we've seen quick long plays out of both teams. And not 1 nade stack.
Yeah, not 1. Ooh, Preliden spots Pyro towards long. 1 D would do it. He does find the body shot. Now
go for the jumper.
Waver taking a lot of damage. He does go down. 1 left. Jazar with 9 hit points will be able to save the day. And, well, he found his 30 bomb with that frag there.
That's amazing out of Jay. When you drop a 30 and you still lose, it's a hard feeling, and you feel bad as a teammate. You couldn't bring even half of what one of your teammates did. And almost by Perliden in the end. And nice save by Jay, of course. Little surprised that Enervate wouldn't go for the kill in this situation. And another quick long play out of Rift. Enervate with some utility towards this position, but definitely no nades. And with 5.7s and P250s, I know it's probably getting aggravating hearing me ask this question, but why? I mean, it's crazy. Given the frequency, the chances of you finding something with your nade stack is really high anyways. Probably not going to see it this match. Nades do not exist, at least at long A.
And Cube finds Truth on the catwalk. That'll be an AK. He can potentially bring him to the next... Nope. Scratch that, Jazar. On catwalk already. Cube goes for a little bit of a peek. He's punished for it. 5 rounds before overtime here for Rift. Not looking too bad at all on their T front. As Enervate 1 away from closing things out. They do have another buy coming on in. And they have been saving the past. A little bit of armor pistol buys. But this is the real one here. bo3 back with the AWP. Decent utility on the rest of the players. And looks like long A going to be at least starting destination here for Rift. Not a surprise. Jazar looking for the pick.
Both oppers whiff. And what a shock. Rift goes fast long. 2 flashes over the top for bo3, and he whiffs again. Both oppers whiff again. Put it down, bo3. I need to see an automatic in his hands. As Rift now with long control are going to slowly push up the catwalk simultaneously. Or will Rift fall back? They've been money at mid or at long so far, and at A so far. If Enervate can hang on to catwalk and then deal with long, they have a chance. But where we're at, I think they are doomed.
We'll see a couple frags go in the way of Enervate on catwalk. Thousand's going to pivot back towards A, recognize the plan of the bomb. It's going to be difficult for him to do anything at the moment. He's got Perliden with him. With AKs here. Molotov comes in on the catwalk. Will postpone anything they had planned. And will they head towards... Nah, I think they're just going to save in this scenario. Not enough time to make it all the way up long A. Players could be defending that real estate. So they'll just play a crossfire outside of the doors. See if they can get anything out of it. Worst case scenario, well, they've got AKs in the next. But Rift, going to be 4 away from overtime.
Yeah, this isn't looking bad. And Enervate... They're not reacting to long. I mean, if they are reacting to long, they're not putting a stop to any of what Rift is doing. So I could easily see overtime in this situation, but Enervate still have a couple of rounds where they could try something. And you know what? I'm done saying it. So what is their plan? They have a lot of loss bonus. We'll have full in the next, so they can invest quite a bit over here. And I wonder if we're going to see a fast long play out of Rift. This is just shocking.
We got Perliden getting a boost for a fast cat. bo3 and 1000 holding the CT cross. Not going to get aggressive on long A. No flash, like might be holding close on that smoke, but it's not the case. bo3 letting his deagle rip there into the smoke. Truth gonna find a frag over on the B bomb site. He will tag up Pyro on long. This defense, bo3 finding one with the Deeg as he peeks wide. 1000 going to take down Waver, and is this going to be the round where they close? It's 3-on-3. Pyro's lit.
And Perliden has a lot of utility as well to work with. Looking for the player to jump up. Truth gets the kill, and in the bomb site is 1000. Gonna need the next 2. Peeks out long, gets 1 spam! Man. He finds the head of Jay with the spam in the 1-on-1. Potentially for the match. As 1000 tries to gauge where Truth is, but 1000 has to take a new spot, otherwise Truth is gonna have a pretty good idea. Maybe even the jump on 1000.
This is the moment of truth. I had to, I'm sorry. As he's working his way out long A. He's got the bomb to recover and 30 seconds. Pre-aiming towards pit, really worried Thousand could have pushed up, but not the case. Thousand holding on the A bomb site. In truth, slower he goes here, less time he's got to actually clear the bomb site itself. Thousand just hanging out. Truth heading on up. Not gonna win that duel. Innervate. Oh, probably could have closed it out earlier, considering the scoreline, 13-2 at half, but they get the job done in the end.
Yeah, it took them a lot longer than I thought, especially how strong they were playing. And now here on Inferno, I still got to give it to Enervate. I'm just really impressed via the entry fragging abilities that I've been seeing. And unless we see a hard carry or somebody else show up and play along with Jay, should be Enervate.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a short break, guys. When we return, it is going to be Inferno, which is the map choice of Rift. So we'll see if they have a bit of a better time there. But like I had stated, taking a short break. Be right back in just a few.